Hey, Wednesday, December 20th, 2023. Best baseball player. We're starting a new decade. 1950. Strange year. Ted Williams didn't play that much. Played about 90 games, roughly. So he's not going to win it. Joe DiMaggio is toward the end of his career. Started 1936. I believe he finished 1951. Stan Musial is playing. But for some reason, 1950, two guys tied with two categories out of 13. Two categories each. I'm going to give it to them. Nobody else had more than two. George Kell and Eddie Stanky. George Kell's in the Hall of Fame. Eddie Stanky is not. Where did George Kell win? He had the most hits that year, 218. And he had the most doubles, 56. Just two categories. Eddie Stanky. He had the on-base percentage, and he had the most walks. On base, 460, walks, 144. It's pretty good, 144 walks. But nobody else kind of excelled in this season, 1950. Billy Goodman won the batting title. Ralph Kiner had the home runs. Richie Ashburn the triples. Phil Rizzuto singles. Runs batted in got tied between Walt Doppo and Vern Stevens. Don DiMaggio had the most runs scored. Stan Musial had the highest slugging, but he only won one category. Can't give it to Stan. Pee Wee Reese had the stolen bases, and Duke Snider had the most total bases. But all these guys that I just mentioned just had one category. George Kell, Hall of Fame, and Eddie Stanky. Let's look at their years. First, Eddie Stanky, not in the Hall of Fame. Just played 11 years, 1,200 games. Career batting average 268. Just 1,100 hits in his career, so not much. But he won two categories in 1950. He had the on base 460, and he had the most walks. Excuse me. George Kell, let's look at him. He's Hall of Fame because he played 15 years, played 1,800 games almost. Excuse me. This will help. Okay. He had 2,000 hits. I like that. If you're going to play in the big leagues, you got to get 2,000 or more hits for your career to be considered for the Hall of Fame. He had the most hits in 1950, 218. He batted .340. He had 56 doubles. Very good. His career batting average, .306. I like that. George Kell, like I said, he's in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Does he have Baseball Hall of Fame numbers? 2,000 hits, .306 career. Just 78 homers and only 870 RBIs. I don't know, in today's age, the year 2023, that's not Hall of Fame numbers. There are guys who have 2,700 hits and they're not in the Hall of Fame. And yet this guy, George Kell, 2,000 hits, .306 lifetime. Here's what happened. Back in the 50s and 60s, when the writers were making their ballots for the Hall of Fame, they considered the guys who were pretty good. And so George Kell was one of those guys that just kind of eked in. To me, that's not Hall of Fame numbers. But he's in the Hall. He's in. Interesting, huh? All right, we've covered 1950. 1951 is next. Thanks for bearing with me. Watching these videos, we're going to keep going until 2023. Thanks for watching. I'm out.